Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you for an album review, uh, the second time around today, and this is for Ellie Goulding's new album, Brightest that I'm going to be reviewing. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this album and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this review. Now, I actually got to hear the bonus track to this, which is called 16, and it was actually really good. I did not hate the bonus track to this album. Uh, but everything else about the album is average. I wouldn't say it's a great album, but I think she did an alright job. Power, the second single, I believe, or one of the singles. I'm not sure what single number it was, but because I know she's had some tracks on here that I recognized and knew from the bat, saying, "Oh yeah, I remember this song." Close to Me, I know that song pretty well because I've heard it on the radio station so much. The Close to Me or whatever. It's with Ellie Goulding singing that. It's really nice, but most of the regular edition, the album is pretty mellow, and it's pretty nice too. But uh, I don't know, just something about this album. Just there were certain songs that made me cringe, and certain songs that weren't so bad. Like Tides, I really like. Woman was really good. Brightest Blue has grown on me a little bit. I'd got to hear it a few more times. It's not a bad song, but it's grown on me a little bit. And Start, the opening track, was with Serpent with Feet, is not a bad one either. It's pretty mellow for most of it. Serpent with Feet doesn't come in with his verse till like 3 minutes in the song. And I started hearing this for a moment and I was like, oh, I'm gonna be wasting an hour listening to this. So I just wanted to get this review out so you guys would hopefully enjoy it. Uh, it's not that I'm saying I'm gonna waste an hour listening to it. It's just it's gonna take an hour, and then I probably wouldn't have done this review till around 11 o'clock. But I just wanted to, in my time, 11 o'clock, because right now it's around 10. But I just wanted to come at you for this review. But I still got a little bit more to talk about with other songs in this album. How Deep is Too Deep was pretty nice. The electronic voice in it it was fine. I wouldn't say it's great, but yeah. I like the verses in Tides, how her voice gets a little higher and whinier a little bit, but it's pretty nice. I like that song a lot. It's probably one of my favorites. Hate Me's pretty good. Close to Me's really good, like I said. Slow Grenade featuring Love is not so bad. It's not my favorite track, but it's alright. I got to hear this while I was at work yesterday, and I was like, okay, this isn't so bad. Um, but is it the best album of 2020? Unfortunately, no. But it did alright. It's not terrible. It's not the worst thing I've heard in 2020. Because I've heard really bad albums this year. uh, not a lot of bad albums, but a certain amount. Like probably under 10 bad albums I've heard this year. But Overture is like a minute and 17 seconds long. It's not really that long. and Flux was actually pretty solid for a track. Uh, Brightest Blue, like I said, closes out the regular edition to the album, the side A for the album. There's a side A and a side B. Side B is Ego something or whatever it's called. It's the second part to it, but there's a total of 19 tracks. Uh, if you, it is 18 tracks, but 16 is the bonus track that you're gonna probably discover when you listen to the album tomorrow. But New Heights was actually not a bad one. Ode to Myself was pretty good. Wine Drunk was pretty short for what it was. And uh yeah, Love I'm Given and Cyan was, they weren't bad songs. Cyan was like 57 seconds long, but it was pretty short for what it was. There's a lot of interludes on this album. But overall, did not hate this album that much. I think it's alright for what it is. But if you guys like the direction she's going in, then you're gonna like this album. But for some songs, I don't think they're my favorites, but they're listenable. So out of 10, I'm gonna give this album a 7.5 out of 10. It's average. It's not terrible. It's just, I had a few little bit of issues with listening to this album. Just production wise, how the overall sound of the album is sounding, and how I think the regular edition connected a little bit well, but there were some songs that I had a little bit of cringe vibes listening to them. But comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of the new Ellie Goulding album, Brightest Blue, if you've heard it. And if you like this album review, comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can to support the channel. I'm definitely going to go back and listen to this album again sometime today. Probably at work or whatever. Just to see if this album's going to grow on me. Because maybe in the future, once I do the end of the year videos, I may give it a higher rating. I don't know for sure. It just, the songs, some songs take time to grow on you, and some songs may not grow on you. There's certain songs on this album that I tended to cringe at a little bit, but I didn't hate the songs, I just thought they were kind of weak tracks, in my opinion. But I will be returning to you for Kansas's The Absence of Presence album review. It's probably going to be tonight, I think, or sometime today, or it's probably going to be tonight, mostly. If not, I'm going to do it tomorrow and review it tomorrow, but anyways, I hope you enjoyed this album review. I did the best I could to make it as good as possible. But Ellie Goulding didn't do so bad on this album. Production-wise, it's not so bad. It just, there's some songs that I tended to cringe at. Well, a vast amount, but not too much where it's bad. Her falsetto voice in most of this album is actually pretty nice. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this album review. Stay safe out there. Take care. And I'll see you in my next video.